think I need to destroy these. How do you add the marker?
HelloFresh need to make a air fry only list. Because you can cook dinner pretty quick with that air fryer.
We're looking at 4 cases
Oh, let me
with
add the
children
marker.
committed the very worst crime. But before we start, I would just like to thank all the members of this channel whose names currently appear on screen. Thank you so much for your support. And if anyone would like to become a channel member, there are details in the description below. Now let's go to the first case, which is from 1830s England. In 1831, England stood on the precipice of a new era, marked by industrialisation, social reform, and the dawn of the Victorian age. But in this particular year, King William IV on the English throne, the Industrial Revolution was in full swing, with innovations, technological advancements, that will reshape the landscape, steam powered machines, coal mining, and the rise of the textile industry were driving the country's economic growth. But for many, these
Food. I'm gonna have to buy some of these patches, but I think the patches are only 5, and I've made some money, so let's just patch it. That's one I already completed. Yeah. Does it fill you all the way though? That's the real question. I'm out of power. Let's turn this thing off for now.
The Enclosure Acts were a series of laws enacted in England that allowed for the privatisation of common lands. This resulted in increased agricultural efficiency.
Oh wait, it's deactivated because I don't have power. Yeah. So actually, I've got batteries, so let's eat a battery.
Consequently, the impoverished were forced to work under challenging conditions, usually working for meagre wages in the fields of wealthier landowners who were living cramped and unsanitary.
Oh, it doesn't even give me full power, man.
Basic amenities.
I've got a few others.
Those who fell into poverty could face harsh penalties.
It says you can vape, but I know you can't. Yeah, so I've got some passages.
Life of the poor in English villages in 1830 was marked by hardship.
Oh, it took my pistol out of my weapon.
There was one such village.
I have to replace that.
English county of Kent. As on the 4th
Because I got lots of pistol ammo. Let's use it up.
9-year-old boy named Richard Taylor embarked on a journey from his home in Scrooge to Aylesford, a distance of around 9 miles.
In place of, no, I should use the pipe sometime. Let's put it in place of, let's save the proximity one. Oh, we can only use these 4 slots. Well, I'm going to save the shotgun ammo I got for now.
This allowance was intended to help the destitute, elderly, or disabled individuals, as well as families facing financial hardship, so they can cover basic living expenses such as food, clothing, and shelter. The amount of the allowance can vary depending on the local parish resources and policies, but it was typically modest, and designed to provide a subsistence level of support to those who could not support themselves. Richard Taylor's father received this allowance. Although he worked making candles, his family lived in very poor circumstances, dressed in a southwester hat, a striped handkerchief stylishly wrapped around his neck, a blue jacket, brown trousers, shoes and stockings, was the picture of youthful innocence, although his attire unmistakably reflected his humble background. Prior to his departure, young Richard, with his eyes filled with anticipation, approached his father and asked if he may lend him a knife, as he wanted to make a bow and arrow on his return from Aylesford. It was a simple request from the 9-year-old boy, who planned to turn his weekly errand into an adventure. His father obliged, gave his son a knife. Richard's journey to Aylesford unfolded with confidence, uneventful and familiar. Upon reaching
Give me just a second, chat.
he was met by Mr. Cuthbert, the parish's relieving officer, who handed him the precious 9 shillings, a sum that held immense significance for his family and all its livelihoods. Richard's father had been diligent in imparting practical lessons to his son, not only about the importance of the weekly allowance, but also on how to safeguard it discreetly. Young Richard, the embodiment of both innocence and resourcefulness, had absorbed these teachings well. The child's ingenuity and an eye for detail that defied his years. He had devised a foolproof method for ensuring the safety of the silver coins. Carefully, he tucked the money into a small bag, not much larger than the palm of his hand. This was no ordinary bag. It was safeguarded against any potential misfortune that might befall his journey back home. The final touch in this arrangement was a mitten he wore, a simple garment turned into the guardian of his precious cargo. He then concealed the bag within the mitten, which rendered it secure from prying eyes. This was a ritual he followed diligently, week after week, as he knew that 9 shillings were very important to his family. Richard would usually return home at around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was a time eagerly anticipated by the family, especially Richard's father, who was always relieved to see that his son had returned safely home with the 9 shillings, a small sum, but very important to Mr. Taylor. Yet on this particular day, 3 o'clock came and went, and Richard had not returned. This was strange, as he was usually so dependable. As hours passed, his father was gripped by a growing sense of unease. It was more than mere concern, an unsettling fear had taken hold of him. By the following morning, that initial worry had grown into something more profound, a fear that clung to his father's every thought and would not release its grip. With every passing moment, his apprehension grew stronger, leaving him with no choice but to embark on a journey to Aylesford to try and find out what happened to his son. When in Aylesford, Mr. Taylor spoke to Mr. Cuthbert, the parish's relieving officer, who confirmed that young Richard had indeed collected the money. Mr. Cuthbert added that the boy seemed to be in good spirits. Mr. Taylor had traced the path back to Scrooge, looking for signs of his son. As news of the missing boy spreads, concerned villagers joined the search, but despite searching from dawn till dusk, they found no sign of Richard. The young boy had seemingly vanished. It was a profound and apparent mystery, and soon the story of Richard Taylor was being talked about not only in the surrounding villages, to the nearby city of Rochester and the market town of Maidstone, both of which, like Scrooge, sat on the banks of the river Medway. But it was in Scrooge that the disappearance was felt the most. A heavy cloud of uncertainty descended, casting an enduring, ominous shadow over the village, as the community was left looking for the answer as to what had happened to young Richard Taylor. Weeks passed, and there had been no news of the boy. That was until the 11th of May, more than 2 months since Richard's disappearance, that the chilling truth of its fate was unearthed. A man, named Mr. Izzard, who had been walking a winding path deep in the wood area, stumbled upon a heartbreaking scene. The lifeless body of a boy lay in a ditch, discarded and forgotten. The child's mitten had been brutally cut from his left hand, his clothes dishevelled, as if he had put up a fierce struggle. The state of decomposition made it impossible to ascertain the cause of death, with the bloodstains on the clothing told a horrifying tale. It was clear that he had met a policeman, falling victim to a vicious crime. Near the body lay a rusty white-horn handknife, which had all the hallmarks of being a weapon used in this terrible act. The authorities contacted
You guys just give me a minute, I'll be on something.
where it was examined by Dr. Edward Seaton and Dr. Bryant.
So,
They soon
it's a,
explained that the boy had succumbed to a wound that someone had inflicted upon his throat using a sharp
yeah.
instruments. The mark still very much evidence. The coroner subsequently ruled out the possibility of this being self-inflicted by the deceased. As evidence was gathered, the magistrate ordered the arrest of a man named Mr. Bell and his two sons, John Bird Bell and James Bell, aged 14 and 11. They resided in a nearby poorhouse, not too far from the isolated place where the body had been found. The knife found at the scene was identified as belonging to John Bird Bell. It was a very significant piece of evidence. It implicated him in the crime. The investigation persisted. Under the watchful eye of magistrates in Rochester, and as it unfolded, the evidence increasingly pointed to the two boys as the likely perpetrators of this heinous deed. During this process, the body of Richard Taylor was exhumed for further examination. John and James Bell then taken to the graveyard to observe the car operation, while John maintained a haunted silence. Without hesitation, James cooperated with the investigators. With a mixture of dread and determination, he reached into the pockets of the deceased boy's clothing. His trembling fingers found a knife. But it was not just a gruesome relic of their malevolent deed. It was a knife that Richard's father had given him on the day that he disappeared. Although the knife had previously been discovered, it had been decided that it would be buried with Richard. It was clear to the investigators that robbery had been the boy's motive to commit such an awful act. But the full story was yet to be revealed. The younger of the brothers, James, could no longer bear the weight of the dark secrets. In a moment of confession, he disclosed the chilling truth that he and John harboured murderous intentions towards their unsuspecting victim for some time. They had patiently watched and learned from Richard's frequent travels between Screwed and Aylesford. Their wicked plot finally unfolded on the 4th of March, when John ambushed young Richard in the woods, while James stood as a lookout. Following the terrible act, John handed James a portion of the ill-gotten money, sealing their sinister pact. James Bell was released, while his brother John was arrested and charged with murder. The trial began at Maidstone Assizes on the 29th of July 1831, and when the judge asked him how he pleaded, John replied in a loud and firm voice, "Not guilty." The deceased boy's father told the court how each week his son would go to Aylesford to collect the weekly parish allowance, a sum of either 8 or 9 shillings. Mr. Taylor said that usually his 7-year-old daughter would accompany the boy, but on this day, the son went alone. Mr. Taylor was very emotional during his testimony, and at one stage was so overcome that he fainted. When he recomposed himself, he went on to tell the court how he was taken to the place where Mr. Izzard had discovered the child's body, and although the face was unrecognisable, he identified the knife as the one that he had loaned his son the morning of March 4, and the clothes matched those his son had worn. He went on to say that his son was a spirited little boy and would have tried valiantly to defend himself. A witness named Henry Lewington, who was a warrant officer on board His Majesty's ship Warrior, based at the dockyard in Chatham, told the court that on the day that Richard Taylor had gone missing, he saw the boy walking towards Aylesford. It was about 10 o'clock in the morning. He said that he walked part of the way with him. Then in the afternoon, he saw him again, but this time he was walking with the defendant and his brother. He said he last saw them near the Bell public house. He added that when he heard that young Richard Taylor had gone missing, he advised the boy's father on what he had seen. He also assisted in the search. Mr. Lewington said that during the search, he came across the defendant and his brother, and when he inquired about the boy's whereabouts, John Bird informed him that they had only walked together as far as the turning field, and they had last seen young Richards heading along the Benham Road. Mrs. Jones, who lived in a cottage near Benham Common, had also seen the boys together. Constable Charles Patterson informed the court that when he was escorting the defendant to Maidstone Prison. He acknowledged his brother's statements had been true and indicated a nearby pond where he had cleansed his hands of the victim's blood on his way home and committing the terrible deed. He said that John also pointed to the entrance leading to the location of the murder, saying, "That's where I killed the poor boy," and that is, "He's better off than I am now. Don't you think he is, sir?" An observation to which the constable agrees. The constable said that subsequently, John Bevel provided a more detailed account of the circumstances surrounding the murder. He explained that he had encountered the deceased on his way home and engaged in conversation with him. He persuaded the boy to enter the woods, and after leading him through numerous twists and turns, they both sat down. He claimed that he had lost his way, and with a distressed boy, not knowing how to exit, began to cry. It was at that moment that he punctured him, stabbing him in the throat. He faced some difficulty in locating the money, but eventually found it in the boy's left hand, and where he retrieved it. He mentioned that the sum consisted of 3 half-crowns, a shilling and a sixpence, with the 2 latter coins given to his brother. He further expressed a desire for his brother to witness his execution, believing it would serve as a warning to him, seemingly fully aware of the grave crime that he had committed, and that a hanging would possibly await him. John Router, a line trader from Rochester, told the court that he remembered the defendant coming into his shop and asking for change for half-a-crown. He said that this was after the tailor boy had gone missing. After the final witnesses gave evidence, Justice Gasoline turned to the jury and explained to them that deciding young John Bell's fate would require their full attention and consideration. The jury, however, did not leave the jury box, and after only a few moments, determined the verdict of guilty. However, they recommended mercy
Some
to the
milk,
boy.
Mom. That's good milk time. Carrie left that here last summer. I remember she rather had sweet tea in it.
The judge, however,
Right from the house.
the young defendant and
Sarah's
sentenced him
got
to death by hanging. He was
I
sentenced
know.
to cell at Maidstone Prison with a boldness that he had displayed in court when he disappeared, and he wept openly. His mother visited the following afternoon, and he blamed her for his predicaments. Later that evening, after the sermon, John had
What?
confession.
That confession
His account
is
posted
so
in
good.
the trial testimony.
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry. That what was so good?
The convention.
Oh, yeah. Was it good?
Awesome.
Yeah, was he, well, what was he saying besides making America great again? Was he, I mean, what was
Well, he didn't speak to them. There
Oh,
was,
this is just everybody supporting him.
yeah, there are people, some people in the government, some people are candidates, and then
Yeah.
they had, you know, a whole bunch of people with.
There was a lot of people there.
Oh, yeah.
What side though?
He's not
I
involved.
think everything's
But
going to
does
be
he have
fine.
a convention?
Everything's
Yeah, they're gonna have a.
just fine.
I'm not sure
You
what.
don't mind. Because I was a robot. This is so she was like, Trump is gonna make us better. She said, Biden's been dead for 20 years. She's like, that's not right.
Who said that?
This woman on this conspiracy theories.
Oh, yeah.
She was talking about she knew about stuff that I knew about. We're talking about aliens that came here millennia ago, and I mean, that's in my brain. Like, I know this knowledge, you know. And she knew it too, but she went on and on and on. But she said, no, Biden's been dead for years. And this is just like a robot. That's why he can't talk well, and why he's all fucking glitched and retarded.
That's what proves that he's human.
He needs to fucking be put in a nursing home.
Yes, he did.
I bet she's got a diaper on.
In the memory hall.
I bet she's got a diaper on this. Trump ain't much younger, is he?
He's 78.
Pretty old. That's almost 80 years old.
I know.
An 80-year-old president? Jesus Christ. And the country is craving younger government. The country is craving younger
Well,
government.
his voting age is like 49 years old.
Well, that way. Who is his running mate?
J.D. Vance,
Where's he from?
Ohio.
And he's
He's
a
a
senator.
senator from Ohio.
He's a senator.
It's a weird pick because he was a never Trumper for a little while. He I'm so sorry for the wait, guys. If I gave a shit to edit my videos, I'd go back and cut all that out. But I'm not going to do that because I'm showing you the reality of the situation. See, it's like reality TV, you know? Like, you see it all. Sort of. I don't know. But are we ready to get into System Shock? I'm not asking you. I'm asking myself. I think so. I think we're ready. I don't know how all my items got mixed up on the bottom in my fucking toolbar, but I think I can manage still. This game's actually kind of hard in a way that I wasn't expecting. But for some reason, I'm interested to see how it ends. So I'm going to start moving a little faster through it. Okay, I think I've got a code in here. So there's a code I need to find. There's some weird number thing that I ran into. Manually locked, yeah. I tried a number that I had seen somewhere else, 531. That didn't work. So I think 531 goes to something else. We could check our files real quick. Let's look at our files. I really don't think there's anything, so I'm in the research level. Negotiations engineers report. Installed circuit and alcohol in case. Okay, wait. Maybe after I need to blow those things up. I'm pretty sure that these computer nodes, shut down part of the AI. This game's all about this AI creating monsters to try to stop me. And my whole mission is to. You know what? I'm gonna start using these stamina things because I really. They don't sound that useful, but like. I gotta use. This is the vision ones. I haven't used those yet. I haven't tried it yet. I'll take that out. I got another consumable somewhere. They're like gasoline spray grenades, gasoline and hand grenades, but I don't like them because they don't seem to do damage. They just kind of knock the robots out. We got lots of logic curves for the hacking. Berserk, that's the one. Oh, okay, wait. Berserk does increase melee attack speed. Side effect, psychosis when it wears off. So let's see how this works. And the stamina up, what does this do again? Where's the stamina up?
Stamina.
Greatly increase stamina, slightly increase max health. User experience extreme fatigue. But I could use that if I need to, like, fight something with melee. Is that a door? What is this? Oh yeah, I found an elevator to the next level, but I've got to destroy these computer nodes up here. But I don't know how to. We need to do some recycling. How much scrap do I have? 19. We need to do some recycling. So let's go around. Something's alive in here. Oh, radiation. So, oh yeah, these are the blast doors. Fuck. I tried to destroy this med blast. And that didn't work, so I think that's just good. Let's grab some of this stuff and recycle it for credits.
We did not have that information on the cell phone just yet.
No, I didn't mean to do
But
that.
it was very, very clear that their statements were different. Right? And if I'm sure you
Go
just
back to the other way. Damn it.
what a terrible
I
situation.
liked the way it was
And
before.
now, after he's put himself out there publicly, so publicly, media interviews, they're caught on tape trying to explain things. Dante Mills, I want to bring you in on the legal aspect here, but do you think his attorneys might be doing a little damage control with him waiving these court appearances so that he's not in front of the cameras as
What was I trying to do?
I do. I mean, you've been doing this for a while, Julie, and I kind of know what pushes your buttons, and this is one of those cases. These allegations are true. It's a predator who sexually assaulted Stephanie.
Take this shit to the recycler.
Multiple times. And there's 60
That's a
counts.
pistol. You can't take that. You only take the damage ones or something. I thought maybe there's a way you could damage them. But where was that recycling?
And that's why there's a cloud around these cases.
I'm just trying to get some more credit so that I can buy some more healing shit. Because this game is harder than you think.
There's a whole schedule over them that they allow this to happen in their home where they understand or know that sexual abuse is happening and then it escalates. It's a very scary situation because our children should be protected. I think his criminal defense attorneys are right.
Oh, they went in there anyway? Will that work? It did work. I didn't have to. Oh shit, yeah. So that shit was good.
Now set to go at some point in October, so we can hear all of the evidence here. What happened to Madeline? We haven't heard about
The data pad gets you 3. Those are good, but they don't take up a lot of space.
Not at all. And quickly, Dante, I just want to ask you, do you think we're going to see this result in a plea? We know he's looking at the
Okay, I got 115. I think the healing thing only costs 5. I need to go back to that one where you can destroy the power nodes. See, what makes this crazy interesting is they refill the link with enemies.
I appreciate it so much. We'll kind of leave it there for now, but great conversation with you both. Thank
And
you for
that's what makes it kind of crazy. See, this thing is spitting numbers out. And I'm not sure why and what the numbers mean. Yeah, the AI don't like that shit.
Destroy it, my children.
Oh shit! Oh, we need a grenade for sure. Nice. I think I got them all. Let's make sure. Oh! Look at that. Damn, they got shredded, dude. But those guys would have fucked me up. Hard. That was pretty cool. This is not a bad game, bro. So wait, now it's stuck on 8? CPU, no, it's not. This isn't anything up here. I'm supposed to have some sort of eye implant where I can scan my targets. That audio log was chilling. Did I miss? Oh shit. He's gonna kill me. I just see him come a little closer. Got him. Yeah, I pissed her off. Oh, they came out of this room. So she had a little secret room in here. It's some cyborgs. So I don't know what I should do about the rooms that have radiation and biological containment. Like, should I be trying to get into them? Or... I don't need the shotgun equipped yet. I don't have a whole lot of ammo for it. So even for the spark, and some of the batteries. But we're gonna cut off that thing that lets you find items because it's sucking all my power dry. Oh, it was off. Okay. See, where's that eye thing? This combines a laser range finder and biometric scanner to help identify and analyze targets' condition. Advanced version of the established connection with the production system. It's weird you can activate it and deactivate it. I know there's some more stuff to find on this level, but I'm wondering if this isn't set up to where like you gotta come back later on to certain levels to like access new areas. Kind of like, oh, I fucking hate hoppers. Oh shit. Missed me, piece of shit. I got him. I should kill him. Yeah. So it's kind of like you want to make sure you get all your business done when you enter these rooms. Yeah, here's the code, but I don't know the code to it. So what are they calling this room on the map? Just gambling code. Alright, I'm gonna go check something else out. This is a self-contained area. It's kind of cool they tried to ambush me, but I blew them all the fuck up. Okay, that elevator's gonna take me to the next deck, but I wanna check something out here. Here we go. Well, what's that little thing? Okay, so let's turn that thing back on. It's supposed to be able to scan them. It's supposed to be able to look at them. It's like figure out what that. Oh, it does tell me what it is. Cool. Drain mine. Okay, so Why is it showing me? Is it showing me its health bar and how much power it has? Oh, it is showing me the health bar. It's interesting. It's going down. Oh shit. If they keep respawning, then I'm just not gonna fucking work. Audio lock. So these are some sort of biological things. Well, they do just keep responding. Doesn't look like it'll even do anything. I got close to that one. So it does drain my power to look at those? Or is it just because I'm getting near those things? Is that what it's doing? I'm not sure. But all my power is fucking drained. So they can't hurt me. They just drain my power. Okay. I'm not wasting my fucking time. What about this door? Not functioning. Got a mute up here. I'm gonna try Berserk for the first time.
Sure, buddy. They're going to bring the dog up. Step around and see if they can't get a trail.
No.
I won't mind walking you for a minute if you got a minute. When's the last time you saw it?
So is this the psychosis thing? I guess it is. Laser control. Laser charging. Laser charge depleted.
Thank you. You have saved us all so
What the fuck?
by destroying the greater part of Earth's civilization yourself. Please wait where you are, and a Cortex Reaver will arrive shortly to escort you to this celebration.
What the fuck happened? Did I just lose the game? I think I did. Well, is this really what this game's about here? Wow, and I kind of knew that there was a laser.
To make this choice and join me, I promise. Your body will be used effectively.
What do I do if I hit continue? I mean, I can always load my game back, but let's see what happens when I go to... It just moves me back to the rooms. All my stuff is still intact. No, it loaded my last autosave is what it did. So I'm going to load my game. Wait, the autosave looks like I was in the room with the EMPs. Oh shit! Oh, it was right here. Damn, those frag games really do work.
See, the
She was next grandma. She was here doing dishes and everything. And grandma's here until 7:30. Debbie. Right. After school. Um, anything good. Yeah, no. If I had something to help you, let me talk about it. Maybe we got. We're waiting for her to get back now. So we can go do this. Sometimes.
Okay. So we don't want to fire the link, so maybe it's a little bit later.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really? See, it's crazy because they refill these hallways. It makes this game pretty interesting, really. Oh shit, forgot about the hopper. Really? Nothing? Last time I gave me 20 scrap. I guess there's a little bit of RNG going on there.
When did you,
Okay, it wasn't that one. I'm trying to go back to the one that has the... Oh yeah, I busted them all already. Okay.
There was that one time a teenager decided to run away. He also said that he found out about 40 and work about an hour later. At the time, he was a construction worker.
There's the elevator to the next floor.
And he told investigators that
So I want to go back and find that laser. Because I hadn't been in there.
told a different story. He claimed that he asked for 3 open trash bags and said he needed to leave.
I wish you could scrap guns. You can find doubles of guns.
Investigators also had CCTV footage of Andy leading the job site because when the truck and traveling along multiple roads. However, some of the roads were not the
I might just swap over to Eldon. Really? Another one already? I mean, how does that work? How did I get... I don't remember where I find that place. Those two research. I didn't go through... It was this one. Yeah. Up here. Oh, it was good. Delta. Double check insurance for anything to take to the cycle fast. Get some credits. Just I can go to the vending machine and buy more shit to heal with. Because even with saves coming, I'm not doing very well.
As the days dragged by, even for most considered weapons of bad members of
The lounge. This was an army.
on Saturday, the 16th, 2019,
You can buy an half an hour thing.
like a trash bag.
It's just like elevator. This is where I came in at when I first got to this level.
The victim's t-shirt was bunched up around her neck and shoulders. She was also wearing shorts that were torn, unbuttoned, and partially unzipped. But her underwear was pulled around her hips and waist like someone else with the home. There was also identified chalky white substance on the victim's shoes, and investigators found a number of scrapes scattered around the site. They were sure it was right. But they couldn't get the bad news. So the body had been positively identified, but they didn't have a name. By then, he was already a person of interest, and they wanted to gauge his reaction when the news. When they did tell him about the body that was found near Tuscarora Pike,
So I fired. So wait. So like, if the whole game could end from someone firing that laser up there, why the fuck doesn't just one of these cyborgs push that button? It seems kind of silly, doesn't it?
That was likely possible. An decomposition had prevented the medical examiner from determining the exact cause of death. While it was ruled a homicide, investigators also learned that the white substance on Riley's shoe was
I've got more ammo for this thing.
and Andy could not explain why drywall screws, the ones discovered near her body, were also in his truck used to them. With a mountain of evidence against Andy McCauley, investigators concluded that he went into Riley's room on May the 7th, came up behind her while she was lying face down on the bed, and strangled her or smothered her with a pillow. They also suspected that the motive was sexual. The medical examiner didn't find any evidence to support that theory, but Riley's mother told them that he may have entered the room to sexually assault her. She also told them that Andy could be sexually aggressive when he was under the influence of drugs. Police arrested him on May 16, 2019, and charged him with Riley's murder. Washington County had always had its fair share of crime, but according to prosecutor Dan James, the technique that we had never seen anything like this. Andy's trial began on
Sounds close to somewhere I could feel my.
21, more than 2 years after he allegedly murdered Riley. Present, he had been emotionally charged with or
I
certain
could feel my
judge
power.
Riley's parents, friends, and relatives. Members of the press, law enforcement officials from local, state, and federal agencies, prosecutor James, the jury, and the defendant, all
I remember seeing it, but I can't remember where the fuck it is now.
the state had a rock solid case against him. So it came as a big surprise when he pleaded guilty. In similar cases, defense attorneys often urge their clients to
There's two, like right there, but
don't
take it.
ultimately, sometimes they negotiate reducing charges in exchange for a guilty plea. Speedy trial. State prosecutor
The jump's kind of weak in this game. See, it looks like there's one right here or something, like behind the wall.
It was known Riley was sexually assaulted, but this reminded the jury of the man's jury. When Riley's mom took the stand, she provided a sober and nearly emotionless account of the circumstances surrounding her daughter's disappearance. And Dr. Filbert Coolidge from the Office of the Medical Examiner testified on the state of Riley's body
And I can't go there, so it's too much fucking bullshit. Radiation.
Studies, the autopsy findings, autopsy toxicology, review some.
I gotta buy a whole bunch of this.
I write
things.
other vendors are outside.
What's the elevator?
Specified needs and setting up the composition.
No! Oh, I still got this sticky gun. Let's try the shotgun.
Also, Dr. Coolidge testified that Riley's shorts were unzipped and that her underwear was partially torn.
Were they also unbuttoned? And do you remember if Riley Crossman's body at that time had shoe
There was a shoe
and that was if there was anything specific about their shoe?
It's an interesting game.
Well, it's right there. Do you know if the shoe was tied or untied?
Okay, I'm really having trouble figuring out where to go here. I can't even figure out how I got through that fucking picture that I was just in. That's fucked up. Lost the game. Okay, yeah, I gotta make it back to this big hub for this one. Yeah, I figured it would be more fucking interesting.
I knew at the time that we were present there was a shirt that was bunched up around that area here. Later when they took it off and hung up to dry, as I recall, it was like a Native American or tribal like shirt.
Come on.
She had small blue jean shorts with the front button. It was a zip. The zipper was kind of, it was like a zipper. The button was kind of I don't know if that's Abercrombie or what, but it was designed there. The shorts were kind of torn a little bit in the back. The shorts themselves were like small.
Really? You really don't want to use the pistol on the hopper, so ruin that. There's no fucking way. There's no way. I'm about to quit this shit. That just pissed me the fuck off. How much damage did that thing really take?
I don't know how to say that, but things looked hacked up like either somebody pulled them on quickly or maybe something been pulled on, but that's something that started to look at now discussed was just the fact that they didn't look comfortable the way they were filmed. They looked too high. I don't know how they
Recall the victim's vaginal area was partially exposed.
it was because the underpants were pulled into that area, so to say. So yes.
He also said that strangulation and suffocation could not be ruled out, even though the
And you need to code for that. You don't need to go back in there. There'll be a hopper in the next time I go back.
because he was not alone.
I need to destroy the computer.
But even so, it needed a vivid, horrifying picture for the jurors.
And that door opens up, and a little legion comes out of there.
Analysis described how the drywall and screws found in Riley's body matched those found in Andy's truck and tool belt. Another witness who provided their testimony against Andy was his old boss, Howard Woodard. He told the court that Andy had
Let's get those credits that I got before I take the dead
been
thing.
assigned 4 to 5 hours. His shoes were tied and his clothes were disheveled when he returned.
Maybe he was going back to the job site. Should we call back? Yes, he said she didn't have anything to do with it either way.
Okay. Did you have any other communication with Chantel?
Wait, it was for you.
And is this the communication before lunch or after lunch?
This was after.
It's after lunch? Yes. Okay. And did eventually go back to the job site?
He did.
And do you remember what time you came back to the job site?
No, I'm not sure exactly what time it was.
How much longer after lunch do you believe it was?
Probably an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Okay. Do you recall, was he driving a vehicle when he came back?
Yeah.
All right. Did you actually see him physically driving that? What do you remember about Andy? Did you see Andy get out of the vehicle?
I did.
What do you remember about Andy getting out of the vehicle?
He got out of the truck. I noticed his shoes were untied, and he was kind of fixing his clothes. Walked up to me and said, "I'm going to work really coming to the hospital." I didn't have to truck that.
Asked him where the heck he's been for the last 4 to 5 hours?
I didn't
During the week-long trial, prosecutors presented more than 100 pieces of evidence.
It's all strained in my powers before, but I really need to figure it out. Because the spark beam is pretty fucking easy. What if the gas grenade would be just as effective on that ambush? My suggestion with you with this game, just make a hard save often.
Jurors were instructed that they would have the option of attaching the proceeds remaining sentence if they found him guilty of first-degree murder.
At this point in time, the judge of the jury, you have reached a verdict of murder in the first degree. A murder in the first degree, it is without mercy. If the mercy is attached, requires you to sentence the defendant to prison without being eligible for parole. A finding that mercy attaches to the verdict, or a finding of mercy, means that they will be eligible for parole in 15 years. However, there's no guarantee that they'll get parole in 15 years. So if after 15 years of active time served in some on or they may, at the window of the parole. The other part, if you grant that mercy determination, is it like the verdict must be a unanimous verdict. In other words, must all that mercy attaches to it all.
I had to take damage from that, really.
With this, you get to simply
Come get me.
decide his position regarding the issue.
This meant that the mercy was execution and he could be eligible.
Okay, gas is effective.
But before the jury left the courtroom to consider mercy, Ryan's father, Lance, took the stand.
Good. I got healing stuff on
Members
it.
of the jury may
I think you can collect more stuff off them if you don't blow them apart. Maybe not. I don't know.
how to explain what she meant.
Here we're gonna save it right there. Oh wait, let me finish out the healing process here.
Riley was the type of child who came
I gotta find that fucking laser room again. Which way was it? This way, yeah. No. Thank you. Nice. Lots of 9mm ammo. Says I can get a scorpion. I can fire 9mm a lot faster with a fucking scorpion. I mean, it's getting to the point where, like, I want to save after every encounter, really, because the encounters are unpredictable. Sometimes you just take too much fucking damage from these assholes.
So if this is the case of mercy, where was the mercy in this person? Where was it? Where was the mercy when he walked into her room where she's supposed to feel safe? Where's the mercy when he attacked her? Where's the mercy when he put her in a trash bag and dumped her on the
Central control.
And his defense attorneys took great pains explaining that catching mercy wasn't guaranteed that it's
I didn't check that other robot. You know, like scrap on it.
instead it only meant that a girl or not its case.
Good. Oh, here's scrap. Go. There's there's some room right here. Looks like it has guns or something. Wait. There.
We do not ask you to get for 15 years, 18 years, 21 years. The court will consider somebody facing a life sentence after 15 years. If you're not correct, they will consider.
Oh yeah, now I'm on the right track.
We do not, in fact, ask you to roll it off. What we ask is that you leave that really important question to the distant future to another knowledge.
Oh, we can buy some. Yeah, we can buy some med patches. Let's go ahead and buy some.
And the delivery management and operations of the business.
After the jury took less than 20 minutes to convict and called of first-degree murder, death of a child by a custodian by child abuse, and concealed crime.
We, the members of the federal jury, as to the issue joined, find the defendant, Andrew Jacob College Jr.
So can I buy more than one?
Count one, murder. Guilty of murder in the first degree.
And, surprisingly, they voted unanimously not to attach mercy to the verdict. As such, Judge McLaughlin gave Andy life without the possibility of parole on November 4th of 2021. Andy remained stubborn and refused to make a statement.
Credits.
This was right. At the influential Minds mother, Chantel, prosecutor James, and officers and investigators who had worked the case all expressed their disappointment that the death penalty was not an option under
Oh,
West
it's
Virginia.
oh, you can only buy 7
And
Okay.
Colony is currently serving his sentence at the Mount Olive Correctional Complex in South Central West Virginia. If you found this case compelling, don't forget to fill out the
Alright.
comments down
Oh,
below.
what's the other thing? Snacks. I don't know what this thing's about. It's like a coffee machine. Perk mess or what. I haven't been able to get that thing to work yet. Elevator. It goes where? That's where I came in at. Okay. Let's save now about those. The things are good. General control. This is where we're looking for. Yeah, yeah. Let's see where those draining mines are. I think they just drain your energy if you get near them. So far, so good. Door's broken. This one's open. Oops. Beat this guy up. I don't understand the berserk thing. I don't really see how that would be necessary. You can just about stun lock these guys, no problem.
It's in the CUPBOARD.
See, what the fuck? You couldn't get one of your robots to come up and push that? I really didn't think. Let's see if this table check is. It's so crazy that it ends the game like that. Like you lost. The maintenance crew has the safety override code, but in case of an emergency, a backup is stored research level science library. The code needs to be entered into the safety override control panel. Located on the reactor level, warning failure to re-enable safety override before resuming regular mine operations could result in catastrophic structural damage. So there's failure to re-enable safety override. That didn't give me too much. I hear the audio.
Shodan has the laser online, locked onto a target and discharging it. We can't risk going to the research control and firing it to expend the charge because we don't know where it's. If the AI's intentions are malicious, we could kill thousands of people.
Yeah, I just did. Yeah, save after that. I really do need to get going on Elden Ring. I think I want to do a faith build because I did a sorcerer last time, and I don't know. I wanted to see what a faith build would be like, I suppose. Let's just check this room out, see if there's anything worth the shit. Yeah. This is really strange and kind of inconsistent. I mean, like, anybody could just push that button and then Shodan wins, basically.
This is called ham sauce. No, I think you'll like it. Alright, kiddos, he's ready for some cranberry thyme chicken. Wait, where's your father?
Her tragic story inspired one of the most controversial books of all time, Lolita, by Vladimir Nabokov. real-life Lolita was Sally Porter, a fifth grader who was abducted and abused for 21 months by a perverted con man posing as an FBI agent. For almost 2 years, the only glimpse they got of her was this photo of Sally sitting on a swing. The tale of what happened to her is a storyboard fiction. If you've only got a few minutes to get caught up, you're in the right place. I'm Chris. Let's recap.
That room I haven't been able to make it.
Sally Horner just wanted to fit in. It was 1948. She was a sweet, almost 11-year-old kid in New Jersey. This was long before social media bullying, but that didn't mean that kids were any nicer. Sally didn't grow up in a Norman Rockwell painting like some of the popular girls at school, while their fathers brought home the bacon with a cushy job and bang. Sally's father drank himself to death when she was 5. Her mother wasn't cooking pot roast in the kitchen for Sally's supper. She was working long hours as a seamstress. So when a clique of mean girls invited her into their friend group, Sally lunged at the opportunity. But first, she had to prove herself. There was a Woolworths on the corner of Broadway and Federal.
I don't think that
Sally went to school. Sally was a good girl. She was an honor student and president of the Junior Red Cross Club. She wasn't the type to take
the same as the.
So the other girls dared her to go into the Five and Dime and steal something.
Oh, yeah, I gotta take this stuff.
Something as small as a notebook. She was scared, but it was worth it to have friends. 10-year-old Sally went in and swiped the first 5-cent notebook she saw. She tucked it into her bag. She kept her head down and beelined for the door. But she was stopped by an older, long-faced man with a hooked nose and scar on his cheek. He said he was an FBI agent, and if Sally didn't obey his every command, he'd haul her off to the nearest reform school. But Mr. Hooknose was a far cry from a police officer. He was actually a convicted sex offender who went by many names: Jack O'Keefe, Harry Patterson, Frankie Frog. To Sally, he introduced himself as Frank Warren, FBI. His real name was Frank LaSalle, and he was about to commit the crime of the decade when Sally's story broke. Newspapers listed Frank's age as anywhere from 50 to 44 based on his death certificate. He was most likely 52 when he first laid eyes on Sally in 1948. It's not surprising that even that small fact is disputed. Frank lied on every form he ever filled out. He gave different names, birth dates, and hometowns between prison intake forms and social security applications. He'd even make up names for his parents. His criminal record dates back to August 1997. He was charged with enticing a minor. He was arrested for making in 1940. You see, in 1937, 40-something Frank married 17-year-old Dorothy Dare. Her father quickly discovered Frank's false identity and tried to have him arrested. The charge never stuck. Frank wound up leaving Dorothy and their son. He moved to Philadelphia, just across the Delaware River from Camden, New Jersey. There, Frank was arrested in 1943 and charged with raping 5 local girls, the oldest being 14. He was sentenced to 5 years in prison and tried to stay walked out in January 1948, 2 months before he met Sally Horner. It was a cool March afternoon in 1948. Frank had a firm grip on Sally's forearm. He said that FBI agents like him were supposed to make examples of thieving girls like Sally. But this FBI agent was feeling generous today. He said he'd let Sally go if she agreed to regular check-ins. Sally, having learned that you should always obey a police officer, happily obliged. The very next day, Sally says she ran into Frank again. He told her the government wanted him to take her to Atlantic City. It wouldn't take long to straighten things out. Then in June, Frank turned up again. It was time to go to Atlantic City, but it was top secret. She certainly couldn't tell her.
Something
But
to
he had a
help
plan.
you.
He posed as a father from school. Over the phone, he told them apart. Then his girls wanted Sally to come on vacation with them. They had an extra room in their Atlantic City apartment.
The biological and
But she
radiation.
wanted Sally to have friends. She wanted her to have the vacation she couldn't afford to give her. Mr. Warner sounded like a nice man, the loving father that Sally never had. Sally was officially abducted on June 14, 1948, when she and Frank rented a room at a boarding house in Atlantic City. They posed as father and daughter. They were only supposed to spend 2 weeks there. Frank made Sally write letters and called her mother, saying the vacation would last a little longer. The final letter arrived on July 31st, 6 weeks since they left. In it, Sally said they were driving up to Baltimore, and she promised
Just sucks that they refill the room with them, man. Look at this.
That
That's when Ella got nervous and called the police.
Really?
They investigated the sender's address, which led them to a vacant home in Atlantic
And
City.
all
They
beat
must
up.
have just missed Frank and Sally. They only found 2 packed bags and this eerie photo of Sally
I
sitting
didn't
on a
even
swing.
turn
The
this
photo
on
was
hard.
printed in newspapers across the eastern United States. Police launched an 8-state investigation looking for Sally and Frank. By then, they knew exactly who Frank was. The trouble was finding him. Somehow they hit right under everyone's nose in
Check the
Baltimore.
back and see
That's
what
when
it's
Frank
at.
sexually assaulted her for the first time. Meanwhile, they kept up the father-daughter ruse. Frank found work and enrolled Sally in Catholic grammar school under the name
I want to find.
plans. When neighbors asked questions, Frank said he and Sally just escaped a bitter divorce. He was trying to give her a better life. The news hit in March 1949 that Frank had been indicted in Camden for kidnapping. The charge carried a 30 to 35-year sentence. Ever paranoid, Frank packed up and moved to the Southwest with Sally. She celebrated her 12th birthday on the road to Dallas, Texas, still believing Frank was an FBI agent.
Okay,
They moved
logic,
into a
bro.
trailer park, still posing as father and daughter. He went by Frank Clement. She went by her birth name, Florence. The rape and sexual assault continued.
Oh,
Sally began
these
cooking his
guys.
meals and baking for him. At her new school, she longed to tell someone about her ordeal.
Oh,
The
shit.
FBI ruse
Oh,
was
two.
beginning.
I'm
This
so
issue
dead.
wasn't a week later. Sally finally confided in a friend about what Frank was doing.
Really? You know what? Fucking Elden Ring's easier than this fucking game.
He began
Like,
back against
honestly.
Frank's demands. The true hero of Sally's story is
They say Elden Ring's hard. This game.
Some neighbors said Frank and Sally seemed happy and entirely devoted to each other. Ruth felt uneasy. She didn't
You
like
really
how
gotta, you just really gotta make sure that you clear these rooms. And make sure you don't come back to it. Like, they want you to keep moving forward.
Ruth tried prying the truth out of Sally, but she wouldn't talk. She wound up moving to San Jose, California with her husband,
I think
but
this
she
was
never
what I was looking
forgot
for.
about Sally. She wrote
Let's see what this does.
all about the job opportunities.
So I believe there's a second level
Maybe she
here.
could finally get Sally to talk if she kept them close.
Now this is gonna take me to another. Wow. So should I head out of here without having looked at all the rooms? I mean, those rooms are blocking me out and shit. Yeah, I guess so. I was right next to the fucking thing, I guess, when I saved.
She left out the parts about the sexual abuse.
This game's weird. I like it, but it's weird. And I think I'm gonna play Elden, but I wish the chat would help me make my character.
Like the little girl from Poltergeist. I'm with a lady friend.
So do I want to go to the... Wait, let's look. They said something about going to the reactor to shut the laser down. But to see, yeah, there's a couple rooms up here I need codes for. But that's what I'm not understanding. Like, is this a little bit like a Metroidvania where, like, you get, I mean, where you get, like, you'll get the code from a different level and then come back to the level? And the other thing was, I got this down to 0 security. Shouldn't that mean that they're not showing up no more?
Frank LaSalle pled guilty on April 3rd, 1950. He was promptly sentenced to 41 years in prison. He and Sally's story made national news.
I don't understand why I can't add a marker to the map too. Like a click add marker. And it won't let me drop it.
Sally as a whore and a slut. At home, everyone thought the best way to deal with the nightmare of the last 21 months was to pretend it didn't happen. Don't ask Sally about it, and for God's sakes, don't talk about it. According to The Real Lolita by Sarah Weinman, the only person who stood in her corner was Carol Starks, Sally's new best friend. The girls met in 8th grade and
So any button I didn't try, touchpad, one touchpad,
it was a normal life, and a boyfriend who didn't know about her past. High school was fast approaching. Carol wanted to give Sally a real vacation this time, not a kidnapping.
You go to 120. Look at this with the field of view. It's gonna look crazy.
The furthest Sally had been from home since her cross-country kidnapping.
Not that crazy, I guess.
night.
Maybe I should leave
Every
it.
girl was a drinker, but you had to be 21 to get into the clubs. That's where Sally met 20-year-old Eddie
Definitely
Baker.
lets you see
She
more.
told him she was 17. He was a nice boy, a musician from Vineland, New Jersey.
So
He had
yeah, I
his
don't
own
know.
car,
And
too,
then
so
what
he
do I
and Sally
pick?
could go where
I
she
haven't
wanted.
been to research
As
or
long as
managed. I
their
started on the
Vineland
medical
closer,
level.
Baker
So
was
let's look at
aligned
these.
along with Sally's wall.
Maintenance
He
is
did
one
love
above
language,
us.
just the right amount of older, taller, and handsomer.
And the
Any
reactors
Sally
at the
Baker
bottom. They
dates,
said something
wanted
about
nothing more
doing.
than to go with
Didn't
him.
they say something about doing in the reactor? Or what was
Never
it?
see her friend again.
Fuck
August
every car
18,
today.
1952 was a dark night on the
What?
Vineland. Eddie was
I
driving
forgot to call him and see it on today. New refill. I hope to God I call it earlier in the morning so I can get it late at night. Before tomorrow night. That's my last show. I forget last show. And then she's at the bottom of the box.
It took Cruz 2 hours to free her body. She'd broken her neck, crushed her chest, and suffered a massive amount of internal injuries. She was dead at the moment of impact. The only way anyone knew it was Sally was from an identifying scar on her leg. For all she'd been through, Sally Corner died tragically a few months after her 15th birthday. Her old kidnapper, Frank, sent a bouquet of flowers to her funeral home in prison. He died of heart disease on March 22nd, 1966. He was 69 years old. And yet, Sally's story still wasn't over. It's widely speculated that Russian-American author Vladimir Nabokov used Sally's ordeal as inspiration for his critically acclaimed yet controversial novel, Lolita, in 1955. Lolita tells the story of Humbert Humbert, a pedophile who kidnaps and sexually abuses a 12-year-old girl named Dolores Hayes. He nicknames her Lolita, hence the book's title. Vladimir struggled with the novel for over a decade. Its tentative title was The Kingdom by the Sea, inspired by the Edgar Allan Poe poem Annabel Lee. You could say Vladimir had the worst case of writer's block imaginable. He knew the story he wanted to tell, he just didn't know how to tell it. Pedophilia was
Where
a
was that
theme in
one
Vladimir's writing,
that I
and
picked
his
up? Wait,
19 books
Tachyon.
instinctively
This
have
one.
something to do with little girls and sexuality.
The
As the story
maintenance crew
goes,
has said
Vladimir
you
got so
ever gives
frustrated that he
emergency
tried to
backup
burn the
is
manuscript.
stored
His wife,
research
Kara, rescued him
levels.
from the fire. Sally's death in 1952 put her story back in the
I'm in the
limelight.
research
Vladimir read everything he
level science library.
he never
Codes
admitted that
enter
Lolita
into the
is based
safety
on
of
Sally's
it.
story.
Look at
He
the
did
reactor
tuck a
level.
pretty obvious hint into its pages.
But I don't
Toward the end of the
have
book,
the
Corner
code
asks
yet.
himself,
I
"Had
didn't
done
find a
to Dolly
code.
perhaps what Frank LaSalle, a
The
50-year-old mechanic, had
library.
done to 11-year-old Sally Warner in 1948? Could he be any more on the nose?" Vladimir published Lolita in 1955. It sold 100,000 copies in the first 3 weeks and over 50 million copies worldwide. It's one of the most popular and controversial books of the 20th century.
I wish
It
you
inspired a
told me
lot
about
of
each.
old guy, young girl type movies, and it probably wouldn't exist if Sally Corner didn't survive 21 months
Oh,
of
you can
torture.
look back at the. Wait, I didn't destroy those, and I'm pretty sure I destroyed those on the medical level.
Unsubscribe. Okay, good.
Maintenance and reactor.
Love is a wonderful feeling. When you start dating someone, you often mentally
Yeah,
gauge
the
whether you
kind
can
of
spend your entire life
library.
with them. If the answer is no, it's best not to prolong
Map
the
is
relationship,
confusing.
as you never know what's going on in the other person's mind. Valerie Reyes met a young man and then entered into a relationship that cost her her life. The most
This
unusual
one,
aspect of this entire case is that the girl predicted her own demise. Valerie Reyes was born on April 1st, 1994, in New Rochelle, New York, to Sal, New York. She had an older brother and 2 younger siblings. As the only daughter, Valerie shared a close bond with her mother, who nurtured her passionate love for all things related to art. Her creative personality shone through in everything she did. Valerie was a gentle, compassionate, and selfless girl who truly worked hard for what she wanted to achieve in life.
That's where it came
from childhood. She was very homely, loved to read extensively, and preferred spending her free time not at parties, but with close friends and family.
After graduating from high school in 2012, Valerie enrolled at New Rochelle College, where she made many new friends. Acquaintances described her as a happy, loving, and genuinely kind person. The Reyes family was very tight-knit, with one day a week, Sunday, considered their family day. Valerie always eagerly anticipated the weekends. They would all gather together and have fun playing board games, going for walks in the park, or visiting a family-friendly cafe. Valerie continued to goof around and have fun with her younger brothers, even though she herself had long since outgrown childhood. Around them, she transformed into a laughing, carefree, mischievous girl. The rest of the time, she worked at a bookstore located in Shopkins, Chester. She enjoyed this job because of the opportunity to read and recommend books. She could share a great deal of various genres and styles. Even with visiting a cafe, Valerie was always with. She loved singing in her apartment, taking long walks, going on hiking trips. But her true passion was art and creative self-expression. Valerie drew portraits of her friends and classmates and aspired to become a tattoo artist like her older brother, adoring clients' body with her own designs. Her dream was to open her own tattoo shop, and she tirelessly worked toward achieving this distant goal. Previously, Valerie simply loved her brother to practice tattooing, but then she unexpectedly fell in love with this art form herself. She had the soul of an artist. Overall, Valerie was awesome. Although she periodically struggled with bouts of anxiety and depression, creativity and self-expression helped her overcome these states. Around January 2018, Valerie met a man named Javier on the website. The young couple dated for 3 months before breaking up.
Piece of shit.
Javier was more interested
in
than Valerie herself.
Fire too fast.
The girl saw no future in the short-term romance. Tension grew between them, and the student chose not to torment herself or the guy, suggesting they part ways. The enamored Javier was unwilling to accept reality and continued to call and write to her, devising various reasons to do so. In September 2018,
I've been in here
after
before.
the breakup, he messaged Valerie, saying he wanted to reimburse some
I wonder if you could blow this up.
Apparently, Javier had somehow accidentally used her debit card information for an online purchase and now wanted to refund the amount he had spent.
This is somewhat identical. Doctor,
whether Valerie gave this part herself or the data remained unencrypted.
This machine looks super odd. I'm not sure what it is.
Friends, over 90% of viewers watch videos without subscribing to the channel. Check your subscribe. If not, please be so kind as to subscribe to the channel to support this thing. The girl was already tired of Javier constantly seeking reasons to communicate, but she planned to ask her friend to deal with the money issue to avoid giving her ex-boyfriend any unnecessary opportunities. After this incident, the guy seemed to finally understand that everything was over between them and calmed down for a while. For several months, there was no word from him. By that time, Valerie had turned 24. She lived alone in a rented basement apartment. Given her previous psychological states, living in solitude.
I think maybe they want you. You know what? I don't like how they fucking have like perfect fucking aim. That's what makes this a weird ass shooter game. Because they don't ever fucking miss. Like seriously. They fucking very rarely will fucking miss.
And there were no reasons for concern.
And I was actually thinking about turning the combat difficulty up.
Valerie called her mother in a panic, claiming that she felt like she was going to die soon, that her life would be taken.
Okay, here's some for my interest.
Is that they already have their POS.
Oh yeah, but there's fucking 2 of these guys, right?
Valerie sounded so frightened, as if there was some real difference in what she was talking about. Such a sudden change in her mood and thoughts was not accidental. Norma knew that just 5 days ago, her daughter had broken up with yet another boyfriend, and was clearly upset by everything happening. The woman did her best to calm her daughter, inviting her to come to the family home when she felt so lonely. However, Valerie, without properly explaining it, hastened to end the conversation. Norma decided that the best thing to do at the moment was simply to let her daughter rest. In any case, they planned to meet the next day and go shopping together, so she wished Valerie all the best, said a few encouraging words, and
I wish you could kind of sneak on these bad boys, but you really can.
later that same evening, Valerie sent her mother a message, wishing her a good night and reassuring her that she was feeling better. In addition to that, she was texting with her best friend, Jeffrey Anderson. They had been friends for almost 10 years, and Valerie also told him about her feelings. After talking it out, the girl indeed felt certain haste and energy and mood, and since she needed to get up for work in the morning, she went to bed. On Tuesday, January 20th, Norma planned to meet with her daughter in the afternoon, but she did not respond to calls or messages.
And the spark beam's a really handy weapon. Drains all the damn energy.
She would dial her mother's number herself and explain everything. The woman was not too worried, thinking that her daughter must have fallen asleep because she had been nervous the day before, and now simply turned off the phone so as not to be disturbed.
This is what I mean. Like, you don't want to go back through anywhere.
No call came from her on Tuesday or Wednesday.
So, I mean, it feels like the game's, you're just not intended to backtrack. And I just didn't do way too much backtracking, I suppose.
So that its other management also thoroughly tried to reach her. That's when Norma remembered how on Monday night, her daughter was experiencing some strange anxiety about her own life. The mother began to suspect that something odd was happening. All calls were now
I'm just gonna dip on those. I'm just gonna run by and
found out that her daughter had not
folks.
shown up at the bookstore for 2 days. She became genuinely frightened.
I think, okay, well,
After the
I
parents
want
reported
to have
Valerie's
that
disappearance,
for side for
Shelley Police Department. Photographs of the girl and a description of her distinguishing features were distributed throughout the area. Such hasty actions were the result of several recent attacks
Just real
in the
quick, get rid
vicinity
of
where
this
Valerie
stuff.
lived, which ended quite dismally. The first thing the police did was visit Valerie's apartment, where they found no signs of a struggle or break-in.
Let's say,
But everywhere
I
there
guess
were
I'm going for that elevator.
tiny specks of blood on pillowcases, in the toilet, and on the bathroom floor. This did not arouse any suspicion, as the smallest splatters could have remained after cutting a small frame while brushing teeth, or perhaps the girl had started bleeding.
Right
The
here.
detectives were alerted by something else. Valerie's phone, iPad, wallet, some of her clothes, and a small pillow were missing from the apartment. The first thing that came to
But now when I go,
minds
do I want to go
was
to
that
the reactor or do I want to go to maintenance?
perhaps she had gotten involved in
That's an interesting game,
was hiding.
let's say.
That's how the police reasoned. But the parents categorically disagreed with this assumption. They were 100% sure that Valerie would have notified them of her departure.
Let's go check out
She would never have just left them. They would have worried.
maintenance.
Norma told the police about her daughter's anxious thoughts before her disappearance. The girl believed that someone wanted her dead. Now,
Repair bay. Yikes. Come on, man.
Good night.
What the hell is hitting me from behind now? Oh, these things.
Put me down.
Huh?
I'm going down.
Okay.
To make his good night at least. You should. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Yeah, it's fun.
I don't know. I'm discouraged now. I think I'm gonna go to Elden Ring. I purchased this game for $24. And I wanted to see through it, but Elden Ring is calling hard to me right now. And everybody and their mother's playing it. I had a lot of fun in Sea of Thieves last night. Me and a couple of friends were kicking ass on Hourglass, my friends. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good night. I'm gonna start Elden Ring tomorrow. I think we're just gonna maybe put this one on the back burner, or I might read a guide, just like a starter's guide. I don't like spoiling things, but I feel like I'm doing something wrong when it comes to this game. So, because I'm running into a lot of trouble with the enemies, and I'm keep going and scouring through the areas, but the enemies are respawning, and it's making me run out of resources. Or save scum, and I fucking hate save scumming. But anyway, you guys have a good night. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If you are listening, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave it for your boy. Later. Good night, my fellow YouTubers.